Honorable members, welcome to GEMA Webinar. We are privileged to have among us Mr. Rothanzl, Mr. Pandurang Shinde, and Mr. Prashant Jha as the speaker from the industry. Our first speaker is Mr. Rothanzl. With 30 years of multi-industry experience, Mr. Guy specializes in assets utilization, process optimization, and operational efficiency to maximize plant performance. Our second speaker is Mr. Pandurang Shinde, a seasoned expert with 18 plus years of experience in distilling, bioenergy, biochemicals, and petrochemicals. Mr. Pandurang excels in process maximization, operational excellence, and project success from start to finish. And our third speaker is Mr. Prashant Jha. With over 14 plus years of experience in ethanol industry, he brings strong expertise in engineering, process optimization, and technical sales, helping distilleries drive performance and solve complex challenges. I invite our knowledge partner to start knowledge share. Over to you, Mr. Jha.
Good evening. Today, we are stepping into the matrix. And since Keanu Reeves is absent without leave, I am Prashant Kumar Jha, Technical Sales Manager at Novonesis, filling in as your guide through the world of data and ethanol plants. At Novonesis, we focus solely on microbiology as the basis for our solutions. These microbes can take many forms, and we are using both the microbe itself and the byproducts they create through natural biological processes such as fermentation. You know us as your biosolutions partner. With over decades of experience in this industry, we have been supporting you with our biosolutions across comprehensive product toolkit and technical expertise. Our solutions create real world impact for ethanol plant owners like you. This is through our flagship enzymes and yeast solutions. Our dynamic duo called Fortiva and Spirizyme series help you to run your plant with any feedstock at any days. They not only break down starch to sugars, they are also help in extracting bound starch, save energy, lowering urea consumption, reduce fermentation time, and extract more oil. But the most important member of our family is Innova yeast, which consists of GM and non-GM yeast. We call this the intelligent yeast. It can further increase your yield up to 2% as it does not produce unwanted byproducts. It also produces its own GA as per the need, saving up to 60% of GA dosing in the fermentation. Together, Fortiva, Spirizyme, and Innova create a synergistic trio designed to optimize every step of your ethanol process, from liquefaction to fermentation. But today is all about data strategies. Today, we are going to discuss about the importance of data strategies and how adopting data-driven solutions are helping plant owners like you unlock higher efficiencies, better decision-making, and consistent profitability. We are also going to discuss how integrating lab with digital platforms can help you in predicting plant performance. Over 2300 years ago, in ancient India, a man named Chanakya, also known as Kautilya, helped establish the Mauryan Empire, greatest empires in Indian history. But Chanakya wasn't a warrior, he was a strategist, an economist, and most importantly, a master of information and insight. Chanakya created one of the earliest known intelligence networks. He collected data from across the kingdom about enemies, trade, agriculture, public sentiments, and even weather patterns. He used this network not just to respond to crises, but to predict and prevent them, guiding King Chandragupta Maurya to make smarter, faster decisions. Chanakya knew that power came not just from strength, but from information used widely and in time. Ethanol producers today face unseen risks like contamination and equipment failures that disrupt operations and compromise quality. Hidden inefficiencies like longer fermentation cycles and suboptimal enzyme use slow down productivity and increases cost. These challenges reflect a deeper truth. Biology is unpredictable and processes are nuanced. There is no room for delay with this pace of operation. In the US, plants are tackling this head on. They installed HPLCs, GCs, and NIRs and integrated them with a digital platform to anticipate process trends and make smarter, faster decisions. Globally, ethanol producers are under intense pressure due to factors such as feedstock variability, tight margins, increasing competition, low value byproducts, policy uncertainty, and rising sustainability demands. But like in Chanakya's time, reactive decisions are no longer enough. Data tools and analytics are now driving real results. So, from ancient intelligence network to digital tool insight, what we are seeing is a shift in how decisions are made in modern ethanol plants. No longer reactive, no longer siloed, but connective, predictive, and actionable thanks to these digital platforms. No Nessus digital platform is our modern day intelligence network, a platform that gathers data across fermentation, quality labs, feedstock input, and operation, and gives you the insight at your fingertips. With this, we are laying a strong foundation for AI. Just like Chanakya, it helps you to see ahead, act early, and lead confidently, not based on just gut feel, but on smart, connected insights. Today, we will explore how these tools is helping modern operation channel their inner Chanakya, making data-driven decisions that create the real, measurable impact. But what does this look like in a real time? What kind of data are we talking about? But and how is it collected across an ethanol plant? To help us understand this better, it's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Pandurang Shinde. Pandurang is our technical service manager for both 1G and 2G ethanol, and he brings him with a 18 years experience in plant design, commissioning, and operations. Since joining in 2022, he's been closely working with ethanol plants across India. Now, he will be helping us harness the power of digital tools to drive better performance. Let us hear from him how this transformation will actually happen on the ground. Pandurang, over to you.
Thank you, Prashant. So thanks, Prashant, for setting the excellent tone. To begin with, if we look at the current status of the Indian ethanol distilleries, we have recently achieved the milestone of 20% blending target. This achievement is due to a strong collaboration between the farmers, government, and the ethanol industry, which have geared up to and support strongly with the capacity expansion. However, automation and the traditional lab testing methods often struggle to keep pace with these evolving industry requirements. One of the major challenges is the limited availability of advanced analytical instruments, which restricts both depth and the speed of the analysis. Even when such instruments are available, calibration and maintenance issues can compromise the accuracy of the result. We also face a strong shortage of a skilled manpower personnel, and inconsistent testing protocols leads to the variability in the outcomes. These issues are further compounded by gaps in traceability and documentation, making it difficult to ensure compliance and the quality. To overcome these challenges, it's essential to adopt modern tools and technology that enhance precision, consistency, and operational transparency. Let's look at these essential tools. So, for data driven perspectives, which parameters are crucial for regular monitoring in terms of feedstock, liquefaction, fermentation? So let's begin with the feedstock. So upgrading the inspection quality of the feedstock is a critical first step towards the improving process efficiency and product consistency in grain-based distilleries. So pre-qualifying feedstocks ensure that only material with the right characteristics enter the production cycle. One powerful approach is using total starch and enzymatic starch method to analyze the sugar potential of the feedstock. These methods provide deeper insight into the fermentable sugar content, helping optimize enzyme dosing and the fermentation outcomes. Advanced tools like Prashant has already mentioned, that NIR, HPLC, paste feedstock analyzers offer rapid, non-destructive analysis and generate a unique fingerprint for each batch of the feedstock. So here, not only we need to focus on the starch basis, but we need to see fiber content, fiber content, then your protein content, ash content, other parameters also we need to check. So this helps in identifying the key market that indicates the poor quality or the contamination. By integrating these modern technologies, distilleries can move towards more predictive and data-driven operation, reducing variability and improving the overall yield. So this is related to the uh, feedstock. So now we can just look at the liquefaction per se. So to optimize the liquefaction in a grain-based distilleries, it's essential to analyze the key process parameters that directly impact efficiency and yield. One of the most critical metrics is the DP sugar profile of the mash, which helps assess the breakdown of starch into fermentable sugars. Monitoring these profile ensures that the enzymatic activity is effective and consistent. Another important parameter is the viscosity, which influence the flow characteristics and the downstream process. High viscosity can indicate the incompletion liquefaction or the poor feedstock quality. The index method is a valuable analytical tool that provides a standardized approach to evaluating liquefaction performance. By integrating these measurements into routine analysis, distillers can fine-tune operation, reduce variability, and improve the overall process control. So we have looked about the feedstock, then we have seen about the liquefaction. Now we'll just think about the fermentation. So in fermentation, analyzing key parameter is essential to ensure optimal conversion and maximum alcohol yield. One of the most critical indicator is, we all know, that is the residual sugar and the DP sugar profile, which helps determine how efficiently starch has been broken down and utilized during the fermentation. Equally important is the sugar profile, which provides insight into the availability of a fermentable sugar and helps monitoring the progress of the fermentation. Another vital metrics is the alcohol titer, which reflects the concentration of ethanol produced. Tracking these parameters allows us to evaluate the fermentation efficiency and identify any deviation early. By consistently monitoring these parameters, we can fine-tune the fermentation process, reduce losses, and improve the overall plant performances. So to overcome these limitations, in point of view from feedstock to liquefaction and then fermentation, To overcome these limitations of manual and the fragmented data collection, right now we are at least in Indian scenario, we are doing this. So adopting advanced tool like HPLC is essential. HPLC serve as a fundamental tool for digital transformation in a quality analysis. It enables precise and comprehensive profiling from feedstock analysis to sugar composition, container profile, byproduct profile. These levels of detail helps in identifying inconsistency, optimizing process parameters, and ensure product quality. Using HPLC, we all know that we can digitize and centralize data collection, improving traceability, reducing human error, and enabling data-driven decision making across the production chain. So while all these tools are a key to improve the profitability for productive analysis and strategic decision making, real time on site insight are just as critical for day to day efficiency. As a part of our data driven vision, Novonesis is proud to introduce the mobile lab kit, a game changing innovative design to revolutionize on site analysis in grain based distilleries. This compact and versatile kit includes wet lab testing tools, which are easily analyze glycerol, lactic acid, acetic acid, enzymatic starch. Then we have in this kit we are again accompanying water and the slurry testing instruments such as the infrared thermometer, conductivity meter, pH meter, sodium and the calcium analyzer. And last one is the microbial analysis tool, including kits for the yeast and the fungi detection, E. coli testing, hemocytometer based cell counting, and aflatoxin detections. So, this all in one solution empowers distillery teams to perform rapid, accurate, and comprehensive testing directly at the plant site, enabling faster decision making and improve the process control. So, with the introduction of the mobile lab kit, Novonesis is making a significant leap in uh, integrating field instrumentation with digital intelligence. This innovation goes beyond traditional biotechnology by combining real time data collection with data science and programming capability to optimize process and generate the deeper insight. As many of you know, the US in industry has been leveraging digital solution for a decade. My colleague will now explain how these technologies and data science are being implemented and the tangible benefits they are achieving. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Over to you, Prashant.
Thank you, Pandurang, for the wonderful presentation. Now it's time to understand how exactly does these digital tools gather, process, and translate this complex data into something we can act on confidently. To take us deeper into our digital platform, its capabilities, and the real value it's delivering on the ground, let me invite Kyle Rothanzl, someone who has been working closely with these platforms and leading the charge in bringing this transformation to life across multiple plant sites. Kyle is a digital tool expert, DCO expert, and biofuel equipment specialist. Some of you might have known Kyle from our DCO, where he showcased how DCO can bring additional revenue to the plant. If you have not attended that webinar, I would suggest you to please go through it. If you need the access to that webinar, please let us know. We will be happy to share the recordings with you. Now, over to you, Kyle.
Thank you for the kind introduction. And thank you to the attendees joining us today. I'm honored and honored for this opportunity to share with you some exciting offerings that will support our customers in the country of India. With that said, I'd like to begin by sharing the above examples of direct data connectedness we have been rolling out for our US and European customers. This offering, known as PartnerLinks Plus, is an internal system consisting of physical hardware and software that can be installed at a customer's site and connected to provide key insights into process performance indicators. As you can see from the slide, there are a few examples of some of the insights we can provide to support the customer and allow the Novanessus account and technical services team with remote access to monitor and provide more real-time support during times when customers experience operational concerns, biological performance questions, and overall technical guidance. As I mentioned, this capability is not possible without the PartnerLinks Plus data conduit. You can think of PartnerLinks Plus as a secured pathway from the customer directly to the Novanessus assigned account and technical services team. This allows for a more direct technical service experience that previously required data being shared through on-site visits and/or other less secured communication methods. These previous methods added unnecessary time to provide direct, data-driven support and/or assistance for customer questions or concerns that required Novanessus expertise and input. As you can see, PartnerLinks Plus was developed to provide state-of-the-art encryption with complete customer control. When installed, the customer manages the data sharing connection, meaning if the customer doesn't want to share data during certain periods of time, the customer can simply toggle the connection off for the duration needed. Then, toggle the connection on at the appropriate time. The typical PartnerLinks Plus installations are plug-and-play deployments. After initial questionnaire are completed, the units can be properly configured and shipped within approximately 2 weeks. PartnerLinks Plus requires no IT overhead. The goal of PartnerLinks Plus is to allow a real-time secured data conduit that allows the necessary data to ensure increased performance of the Novanessus biological solution. PartnerLinks Plus, when configured and implemented, will connect to the 3 key sources of data. These sources of connection are DCS data, historian data, and lab data. It's these 3 sources that provide the necessary information to promote solutions, such as customized customer dashboards, Novanessus product performance KPIs, and operational performance KPIs. All of this is to ensure the biosolution being used by the customer are fully realized and meeting the expected goals and purpose of the product. Another digital solution offering is known as FrontSight. FrontSight is a PLC-based solution that complements customers using and connected via PartnerLinks Plus. The purpose of FrontSight is to provide customers with an off-the-shelf solution that focuses on the front-end unit operation areas of milling, slurrying, and liquefaction. It is these 3 areas up front in the customer's process that have been identified as areas for improvement. Novanessus strategically targets these areas to positively impact the efficiencies of the biological additions and take the opportunity to optimize equipment efficiencies. This all translates into the strategy to maximize throughput, provide a more accurate and efficient enzyme dosing method, and last, to provide a stable and optimized liquefaction. FrontSight was designed as a plug-and-play solution that, when connected to PartnerLinks Plus, provides Novanessa's customers with an easily integratable system control to decouple manual operator tasks focused in the front end of the plant's manual controls, while maintaining a smoother and more consistent operational control. The value of front site installed at our customers' plants is typically $600,000 to $1.15 million US. The realized payback to the customer is observed by optimized fermentation filling strategies with optimized enzyme dosing to promote optimized fermentation kinetics, leading to future opportunities of continuous improvement efforts. I hope I've accomplished the goals of sharing how the Novanessa's PartnerLinks Plus and FrontSight digital solutions can enable a future state of operational control and real-time data analytics for the customer front-end processes by providing grind control, flour-to-water control, and alpha amylase dosing control. In the next slides, I'll share examples of how and what these merged solutions look once installed and functioning. As you can see, this is an example of realized impacts observed. The graphs depict the baseline to trial comparisons for the grind control function via the front site controller. The example reflects a 5.4% plant rate increase when front site is turned on. For customers focusing on maintaining high yields through the plant, this function definitely complements the current plant needs. The second front site function focuses on controlling water flows and flour mixing to provide tighter front-end control via strategic set points. This control function positively impacts the traditional plant process variation. As you can see from the graphs above, the tighter control of and range of variation customers can expect. The last of the front site functions focuses on the efficient dosing of Novanessa's alpha amylase enzymes into slurry and liquefaction processes. As you can see from the above graph, before and after control of the alpha amylase to corn flour relationship. This reflects the dosing of Novanessa's alpha amylases to corn flour incoming of the plant, ensuring the optimal enzyme addition is matching the flour input. The anticipated impacts we find by focusing on these key operational areas is realized by monitoring the fermentation to fermentation kinetics, variation KPIs. As you can see from the above chart, the blue represents the baseline to trial data comparison of front site off versus front site on. On behalf of myself and the Novanessa's Digital Solutions team, I sincerely thank you for attending and hope I've shared how Novanessa's is focusing efforts to provide simple solutions to real issues in an effort to positively impact our customers' financial KPIs. If you would like more information, please contact your Novanessa's account manager and/or your Novanessa's technical services representative to learn more about this exciting offering.
Really enjoyed both the sessions, and I'm sure our audience must have learned a lot today. So, knowledge is power. We know any data strategy is incomplete without staying updated with the latest industry trends and technologies. We have got you covered. Join our exclusive WhatsApp channel and Bioenergy University for industry updates, cutting edge innovations, and learning about new technologies. Just open your camera, scan the QR code, and fill the form. Now, the floor is open for the questions. Let me put up some questions. Pandurang, the first question is for you. What are the key parameters beyond starch content to be monitored in the feedstock?
Yeah, so very nice, nice question. I know, I think everyone knows this, but yes. So beyond starch content, I think several key parameters should be monitored, like moisture content, ash, then protein, fiber content, other parameter like cellulose, hemicellulose, and then pH and even buffering capacity of your feedstock.
Thank you, Pandurang. Next question is for you, Kyle. Can data from feedstock variability be used to predict fermentation outcome?
Yes, it can. By monitoring the feedstock incoming components through moisture, percent protein, percent starch, it can be predicted to a certain degree. The enhancements that really give us the ability to provide better and focus on doing a higher degree and increasing our degree of accuracy comes through being able to see the data from our customers, to be able to see the different degrees of variation through their process as we tie all of these components of lab data, process data, and process historian data. We can then analyze all these pieces of data together to be able to come up with a complete picture and start thinking about new ways of predictability for performance.
Thank you, Kyle. Pandurang, next one is for you. What is the rate of adoption of this technology in India or abroad?
Yeah. So again, nice question. So as per the Indian market is concerned, it's just inculcating this concept. But if you see US point of view, then it is last almost a decade. These guys are utilizing this.
Kyle, if you can throw some light on how US is using this technology.
Yes. So to reference Pandurang speaking to HPLC use and things like that. In the US, the HPLC methods and thing for monitoring fermentation kinetics throughout the fermentation process is a very highly adopted process that is already integrated and into the United States operational and lab analytics. With that said, there's things that in the U.S. markets there's new instrumentation technologies being investigated that could be with some vetting out, needing that could be providing some inline HPLC type analytics. From our perspective right now, currently, from Novanesis, we are actively investigating some of these new technologies to help provide guidance and key questions that our customers may reference or request information on and support from us. So more to come on that.
All right, thank you. And the next one is for you only. Is there a benchmark module being built in partner links to compare plant performance with other plants?
Currently at this time, there is not. However, that is a future state that we are looking to do some benchmarking type data analytics. There's some things to consider that we want to make sure that as we think about doing this, we're making sure that we're respectful to our customers that are sharing us and entrusting our data with 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 us. We want to make sure that this is a very secure, we have a very secured approach to being able to anonymize, have full transparency with the customers that this could be something that we are doing. So we are investigating that, and there is some things needing finalized from a legalistic aspect to make sure that everyone's protected.
Looks interesting, Kyle. The next one is for you, Kyle. How do we account for human errors in sampling in partner links?
Human errors and partner links, whenever you start identifying and getting data and collecting data, you can certainly start seeing data analytical trends by the places where human error is, can be influence the processes. Now, some of this comes in the form of human error on being able to have insight into the lab historian through some of the data generated from lab results and testing. Usually those data points, if you see something that is a human error factor, you will see some definite outliers and trends to be able to start asking questions. And our thought process is let's look for the outliers and understand how we can take those and implement process improvement type questioning and methodologies through root cause analysis, cost to benefits ratios, and different strategies to be able to highlight those. And then with the future intent to be able to not only highlight those, but then maybe if it is a parameter that is very impactful, how can we provide some notification or alarming to be able to provide direct feedback to the customer in a form and to local group at the customer where the issue is at, be able to identify and get it corrected before it ends up being a big financial loss.
Thank you, Kyle. Does partner links gives alert for you, Kyle?
This partner links what?
Gives alerts?
Gives alerts. Currently, it does not. Partner links is currently providing the data conduit. There is, in a future state, there is going to be some wording that we are developing the process flow mapping, how customers would generally like alerting to make sure that any alarming structure in that doesn't become nuisance alarms, so that any alerting is going to the correct people responsible at the plant, and it is of the value that is a financial, to prevent any financial losses or any process safety concerns, to hopefully remove any disruptions.
That makes sense. For you, Pandurang, can you elaborate on index method?
Yeah, so for index method, yes, please reach out to our PS team. They will be definitely at your place and they will establish this entire process for you guys.
Thank you, Pandurang. Yes, we can do that. Pandurang, next question is for you. Alcohol titer in HPLC is normally higher than the distillation method. Why?
Yeah, so you know that HPLC sampling is totally depends upon the after filtration only. Okay, so if we factorize, because we are removing those solids, so if we factorize those solid with the whatever the final result is, outcome is there, then I think it will match with the HPLC and your distillation unit.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And can I use partner links to automate some of my operations just like DCS?
Um, Partner Links does provide a little bit of that capability. However, at this point in time, it 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 would not provide anything for automation as an automation support tool. It's currently a um, a data conduit that we're being able to extract data, and future state then being we can start developing dashboards to be able to um, that are custom configured for to meet customer KPIs for different, KPI, operational KPIs, financial KPIs, to be able to make those very transparent.
All right. Pandurang, for you, how we improve fermentation efficiency?
Yeah. So for fermentation, see, totally this fermentation efficiency is totally depends upon how much enzymatic starch you have in your feedstock. First thing. Second thing, we need to do a proper CIP. Then we need to harvest PF in a proper way. And with all these parameter, if you give fulfill, then definitely your fermentation efficiency will improve.
Makes sense. Is there any enzyme which converts dextrans into sucrose? Pandurang?
Right now, I think we don't have that.
All right. Makes sense. Kai, for you, any latest technology used for analytics in the US?
Yes, there is some technology, um, as I kind of touched on some of the inline type spectrometers. Um, there is some new technologies out. If anybody attending had attended the FEW conference in the United States in June, there was a lot of manufacturers uh, present that were sharing how their technology can provide some of this real time information to be able to start looking at real time data and looking for process improvements to be able to make quicker, better, faster decisions based off of real time data versus getting a data point from and having to do a wet chemistry type method that could take 30 minutes to 1 hour to be able to get a result and then be able to make a change to your process. So we're trying to merge real-time data to real-time decisions so that we can remove some of the inefficiencies going forward.
This is amazing, Kyle. I hope we can adopt this technology too in the future. So, next question is for you, Pandurang. Why enzyme conversion efficiency is lesser in maize as compared to rice? And the next question is, what will be the maximum enzymatic conversion in maize can be able to get and how?
Okay. Your first question's answer is like, see, if you see the composition analysis of rice and the maize, then there is a difference of the NSP, non-saccharide polymers. If you see in a maize, that NSP is ranging from 3.8 to even 5.2%. Compared to rice, it is ranging from 0.8 to 1.8 or maybe maximum 2%. So because of these NSP difference, there is a difference in the RST in the maize and the rice. And Prashant, second question is
What
is
will be the maximum enzymatic conversion efficiency in maize?
yeah, in maize, so right now we have seen that around 92 to 93% max is the enzymatic efficiency. Again, it in terms of the total starch, which we called as a acidic starch. If you compare this with the enzymatic starch, then it will be in a range of 98 or 98 to 98.5.
Yeah, good point. Pandurang, for you, Kyle, how to improve the process data acquisition other than TCS? Can we use AI for resource optimization and improve process efficiency?
At this point in time, AI, we are not at the point where we're merging AI into any of the data analytics as much as we are with partner links plus and solutions like FrontSight. We are creating the platform to pave the way for AI implementation. Currently, we're looking at AI as a future state. But at this point in time, we would not have any time commitments of when that would be offered. We do currently have some algorithmic type solutions that will be available in the next month or two. That will be looking at the holistic process from corn coming into the plant to looking at the fermentation part of and looking at the fermentation kinetics. That's the area that we're going to focus on first. And what this will provide is a good analysis to be able to identify direct related high probability control points that should be focused on that seem to be directly correlated with good performing kinetic numbers versus bad performing kinetic numbers. And once we do that, now we're looking at being able to pave the way for AI.
Yeah, makes sense. So, Pandurang, for you, what are the most effective ways to enhance production efficiency and output from already installed ethanol plants without major equipment upgrades? This is, I think, the most important question for today.
Yeah, right now we need to operate plant properly. This is the only way we can improvise productivity also, and we can get the final yield also.
Makes sense. Next one is for you, Anurang. How can advanced analytics help reduce specific steam and power consumption in ethanol production without hardware changes?
See, if you are able to measure the, let's say, enzymatic starch, okay, and if you are come to know that enzymatic starch is at a higher yield, so you can, in that case, you can increase increase alcohol concentration in your fermenters. Okay, uh, automatically, if your alcohol concentration will increase, definitely your steam consumption will going down. Water consumption is also going down.
Yep. Yep.
So like that, you can use these tools and you can get it.
Yep. Yep. For you, Kyle, what level of automation can achieve at a commercial scale to manage the yeast and enzyme data analytics and their appropriate dosing? Which are the reputable companies in the automation field?
As far as the reputable companies in the automation field that are doing that type of analytics, there is some instrumentation technologies out there that a company by the name of Biointelligence that is specifically looking at yeast. There is another manufacturer by the name of Kite. And then there is some distillery equipment and instrumentation out there that is being offered by a manufacturer called Hamilton to be able to do inline process data collection and identification. We are currently investigating some of these technologies to better understand, and again, be able to see how this could enhance some of our customer offering or our customers' use of our products to be able to efficiently and effectively dose our products, to make sure that we're getting the correct dose that's necessary to ensure the best outcome and products and maintain yields.
Yep. Thank you, Kyle. This is one important question for Kyle. How is the adoption in Brazil as the Brazilian sugar mills or distilleries produce record ethanol?
At this point in time, we do not have any installations in Brazil. That is a little bit of there seems to be a little bit of resistance based off of understanding the technology of our partner links platform and being able to communicate a clear message of the security that we built our system around to ensure that there's no concerns for the customer. A lot of the Brazil plants are highly automated. They are big, large facilities. And so, it's up to us to build a good message and, be able to show that these systems that we are designing and building are robust, safe, and secure, and, can provide the insight and performance that our customers should expect.
Yeah. So this one is for DCO. So how can we get any extra yield of DCO if we implement further shear milling of corn slurry to further disengage fibers and oil bonds before fermentation? Very interesting question. Slurry means they want to ask about slurry milling.
So slurry milling. So recycling the slurry process into a grind milling technology or something. Is that the perspective?
I think what he wanted to ask is that he wanted to put his slurry into milling, some sort of shear milling to disengage the fiber and oil bonds.
Okay.
Is there a technique where we can put the slurry into milling again?
So there are bolt-on installations and packages that can be purchased in the States from the big name plant designers in the United States that can be purchased. They will provide installation. They will provide setup and training to be able to make those work. And then what the systems are designed to do is to remove the fiber from liberate the fiber in the front end slurry process and be able to bypass all of liquefaction and fermentation so that the fiber is not, filling up the fermentation process from a mass perspective. We're getting convertible components into the fermentation process that we want.
Yep. This one is also very interesting, how to increase oil content in. So can you explain about a bit about the fats well split from the decanter?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of as we are moving towards DCO, different technologies being offered, and different options as far as where you remove oil from. From my perspective, it still comes down to operational consistency, operational fundamental knowledge of how to manage the whole stillage stream going into the centrifuges, or known as decanters. That's an area of, if you think about the function and the reason for a decanter from years ago, the decanter was specifically installed to mechanically dewater. Now, as we are going for distillers corn oil, and we're wanting to increase yields, now that the processing of whole stillage becomes very critical to ensure that the oil and free oil is not removed from the opportunity by passing with the wet cake, and all of the oil is going into the thin stillage stream via the centrate, to be able to have the opportunity to be removed at the back end of the process where the DCO systems are located.
So I'll take the last question. Can we integrate partner links with our existing sensors?
Yes. If existing sensors have a DCS tag into the DCS for programming, those tags can be provided. We can associate those tags, and that can be data that can be passed through. If it is a standalone instrument out in the field, if that instrument is capable of OPC UA communications protocol, that is another form that we can utilize the connectedness and the power of PartnerLinks Plus to be able to extract data.
Perfect. I believe we have answered most of the questions. So let's close the session on a high note. So as we step out of the matrix, to remember, Keanu Reeves is not coming to optimize your plan, but PartnerLinks, that is your digital coach, always watching, always learning, and always ready to help your plant perform at its best. When India won the World Cup in 2024, it wasn't just because of the players on the field. It was also the result of a sharp, data-driven coach, someone who analyzed every opponent, adjusted every strategy, and prepared the team to win before they even stepped onto the pitch. You may have seen writing every move on a notebook. That's exactly what partner links and front side can do for your plant. They are your modern day coach, tracking every process, learning from every batch, spotting issues before they escalate, and helping your team make the right calls consistently. Like a great cricket coach, these tools does not replace your players. It brings out their best. And in this competitive industry where efficiency and margins matter, the right coach could be a difference between just surviving and truly winning. Thank you. And here is to building World Cup winning ethanol plants, one smart decision at a time. Last but not the least, we need your feedback to improve ourselves. So don't forget to share your feedback through this QR code. Thank you all and have a nice day ahead.